Welcome back to The Art of Aging. I'm your host, Sherry Gibson-Walters, certified professional consultant on aging and founder of Harmony Caregiving, a family-owned and operated home care agency in Edmonton, Alberta. Today we're talking about something that is far more life-changing than most people realize: falls. Now I know what you're probably thinking. Falls happen. They're just part of aging, right? But what if I told you that one fall can literally change everything? It can take someone from living independently to needing around-the-clock care in an instant. That's how serious this is. I've seen it happen too many times. Someone trips over a loose rug, they miss a step, or they take a really bad fall on the ice, and suddenly their whole life changes. A hip fracture, weeks in the hospital, followed by months of rehabilitation, if they recover at all. But here's the good news. Most falls are preventable. And today I'm going to share some simple life-changing steps you can take to protect yourself or a loved one. Because fall prevention isn't just about avoiding accidents, it's about protecting your independence. Let's start with this. Falls are the leading cause of injury among older Canadians, according to the Government of Canada's Public Health Agency. I know statistics can feel impersonal, but think about this. 20 to 30% of seniors experience at least one fall every single year. Every single year. That means that year after year, these numbers don't reset, they add up. And here's the part that hits home for me. 85% of all injury-related hospitalizations among seniors come from falls. When someone is hospitalized because of a fall, many face a long recovery, and a full return to independence becomes much harder. Too often, we underestimate how serious a fall can be. Many seniors believe that if they fall, they'll just get back up and go on with their day. But the reality is, for many, a fall is the beginning of a major decline. Let me share a story that really drives this home. There was a 95-year-old man I knew. He was in outstanding shape for his age. He could walk around, live independently, and was doing really well. But then one day he had a fall, and that fall changed everything. He never fully recovered. His strength declined, his mobility suffered, and suddenly he needed much more assistance than before. This isn't an exaggeration. This is what happens. As we age, our bodies don't heal as quickly, and recovery from injuries, especially fractures, becomes far more challenging. Many seniors who experience a serious fall never regain their full independence. A report published in Nursing Times highlights how a 10-day hospital stay can lead to a 10% loss of muscle mass in seniors over the age of 80, the equivalent of aging 10 years in just over a week. And regaining that strength, it takes twice as long as it took to lose it. Adding to this, Statistics Canada reports that seniors who are hospitalized due to falls stays an average of 10 days longer than those who are admitted for other reasons. That extended stay not only increases the risk of complications, but also makes it even harder for seniors to regain their independence once they leave the hospital. This dramatic decline makes mobility and daily activities significantly harder, which is why fall prevention is so critical. Falls don't happen randomly. There's usually a reason behind them, and once we understand the reasons, we can start to prevent them. Let's go through some of the most common causes, because once you see them, you can actually start making some small changes today. Many seniors don't realize that the very medications meant to help them can actually put them at risk. Blood pressure meds, sleep aids, painkillers, all of these can cause dizziness or balance issues. Have you ever felt lightheaded when standing up too fast? Imagine dealing with that every day. That's why regular medication reviews with your pharmacist are so important. Then there's vision problems. What you can't see can hurt you. Vision changes happen gradually, and we often don't notice them until it's too late. Blurry vision, trouble with depth perception, or even mistaking a dark rug for a hole in the ground, all of these can lead to falls. And if someone is living with dementia, visual misperceptions can be even worse. The Alzheimer's Society of Canada explains that some seniors with dementia experience visual distortions that make everyday environments feel unfamiliar and unsafe. Shadows might appear as deep holes. Patterned flooring can look like gaps or moving objects, and reflections in glass can be mistaken for other people. These misperceptions can cause hesitation, anxiety, and even falls. Home hazards, danger in familiar places. Half of all falls happen at home. And the culprits, loose rugs, dim lighting, uneven floors, things we don't even think about. Let me tell you a story. There was a husband and wife living in an independent living condo. They had built a life together, and despite his wife living with dementia, he was her rock, her primary caregiver. Every day, he made sure she was safe, comfortable, and cared for. She relied on him for everything. But then, in an instant, everything changed. One day, he tripped over a loose rug outside their bathroom. And a simple everyday hazard that most of us wouldn't think twice about, but for him, this fall resulted in a fractured femur. He was rushed to the hospital, and just like that, their entire world turned upside down. He had to undergo surgery to repair his femur, and because recovery takes time, especially for older adults, he spent 8 weeks in intensive rehabilitation. Meanwhile, his wife, who had only ever known his care, had to have 24-hour care put in place. But here's the part that really breaks my heart. After the surgery, he was never the same. You see, major surgery in older adults comes with risks beyond the immediate physical recovery. Post-operative delirium is a huge concern. It's a state of confusion that can last days or even weeks. But for some older adults, especially those already at risk, that delirium doesn't fully resolve. It can actually accelerate cognitive decline, sometimes triggering dementia. Studies have shown that the exposure to anesthesia and the stress of surgery can increase the risk of long-term cognitive impairment, particularly in individuals with pre-existing vulnerabilities like mild cognitive impairment. And that's exactly what happened to him. By the time he was discharged, he wasn't just physically weaker, he had developed dementia. His independence was stolen in a matter of weeks. So the man who once cared for his wife now needed to be cared for himself. All because of a loose rug. One small environmental hazard, something so seemingly insignificant, changed everything for them. This is why I always say that fall prevention isn't just about avoiding a broken bone. It's about preserving your independence. It's about preventing a chain reaction that can lead to hospitalization, surgery, complications, and in some cases, even cognitive decline. This story is a wake-up call. Falls aren't just accidents, they're life-altering events. And the heartbreaking truth is that many of them are preventable. That's why home safety assessments are game changers. A professional can walk through and spot the dangers before they cause a fall. Now, if you live in Edmonton, you know what I'm about to say. Winter. Winter makes everything worse. Icy sidewalks, hidden patches of black ice. It's a recipe for disaster. Here's what you can do. You can walk like a penguin. Invest in traction cleats for your shoes. You can use walking sticks with ice tips for better stability. You can take advantage of Edmonton's Snow Angels program, where volunteers help keep sidewalks clear for seniors and for those needing more support. The City of Edmonton offers snow removal support services for people with disabilities and mobility challenges. So look into it if you need help staying safe this winter. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this episode, it's this. Falls are not just accidents, they are preventable. One small step today, checking your home for hazards, reviewing your medications, or just wearing better shoes can mean years of independence and mobility. And if you need help making your home safer or figuring out where to start, Harmony Caregiving can help you. So don't wait until after a fall to take action. Visit our website or call us today, because one small change today can prevent a life-changing fall tomorrow. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you next time on The Art of Aging. Carpe diem, seize the day.